You're probably sick of Turkey, but I'm not, because I went there a few weeks ago for wild boar, and they're enormous. Cai's cooking up a festive feast. Plus we have the Fieldsports Channel version of a gun safety video. We have news, we have hunting YouTube, happy Boxing Day, and welcome to Fieldsports Britain. Wild boar hunters of the world, forget your tight little European beech forests, forget your Scandinavian pine plantations. I have crossed the Bosporus to Asia, where the country and the animals are large and long range.
I ran a shot at the big one again, they missed him. Yeah. I could hear him snarling in the cover, and Alan could hear him breathing.
Yeah. What happened?
8 came through, 4 big, 4 small, crossed the track, I saw them cross the thick stuff. I shot the lead one, the big one, bowled him over, on the next one, the small one, shot him, he's dead the other side, and then the big one got up, and the big one's gone, up over, but he was there snorting and snarling, and a hound's gone up there, stopped. Alan shot another big one here, and a big female here, but could hear mine snorting, so mine's up there somewhere, but I'm not sure where, but he's hit proper. He's a big one, he's a big pig.
Okay, big, we get the picture. A group of us are here with Trophy Hunting Safaris, one of just 7 Turkish hunting agents. And it has 165,000 hectares, about the size of Hertfordshire, for our 3-day driven hunt near Coram in Anatolia. Jeremy Boyd, who also runs pheasant shoots in Devon, is Trophy's UK agent.
Yeah, well, I've hunted big game all my life, and spent 25 years hunting Africa, and then found Turkey. So 5 years on, I'm bringing friends and people, clients here. Mainly boar, both driven and night. I have some clients for Bezer ibex and a couple for Anatolian red stag. It's a very different ball game to Africa. It's totally wild. It's totally free range, no guarantees, but it is by far the finest, biggest wild boar hunting in the world, without a doubt.
Let's deal with the long range thing. Day 1 and I am on a drive where my shooting area is on the opposite hillside, between 200 and 300 metres or yards away. This is where I'm most grateful for my weekends at the 500 metre running boar ranges of Scandinavia. I take 2 out of this group, though the camera does not show it, then a third comes out at 200, and even then the shot cam struggles to pick up. I kill it with the second shot. Finding the boar to shoot in this vast country is a challenge. Here's Jeremy's boss at Trophy Hunting Safaris.
That's a lot of work indeed. At the most of the part, of course, the beaters, then the dogs, and then the organizer. And the last result is coming with the good hunters, as you. My PAs are coming, full-time working PAs, coming 5-6 days in advance to the area. They are checking, they are looking for the fresh tracks, they are traveling around the area, drive around the area and looking with the thermals, with the night visions and the thermites to see the real activity in the area. Then we decide in which areas are we going to drive. It depends on also the vegetation. In some years the vegetation is good, so the boars are focusing in these areas. So it's the most important thing, picking the right area, because it's a huge land here, there. So to finding the right areas is the most important thing.
Okay. You do get blank drives here, drives where nobody fires a shot, and the beaters are really putting in the hours. So it's not a beating problem, it's not a shooting problem. These are just very, very wild pigs, and they're not always where you want them to be. But when you get a pig, It's big. This boar was shot by Jason Stoneman, a garden machinery salesman from Devon. This boar fell over thanks to another of the people in my hunting party, Jeff Eno, day job engineer, who's come over from the Yukon.
The guides are going out ahead of us and trying to locate some boar in the fields with thermal and with night vision. And if they see something they think is interesting, they'll come back and get us and we'll stalk in for a closer look.
And you got a really good one.
I got really lucky last night. We stalked into a field. Guide spotted a really big boar. There was two of them in there. One was bigger than the other. And long story short, we got in and with the night vision scope got set up on him and made a decent shot, and he fell right in his tracks.
This is where, if you want to shoot that gold medal tusker that weighs for £500, this is where you're going to do it. You can do it the easy way at night, or you can do it, slug it out and do it the driven days, and you have a lot of fun with your friends trying to bag the big one.
One of the guns here is Claire Zamboni, well known in the shooting industry, especially in pheasant shooting circles. She is right outside her comfort zone. You were entirely left on your own. I mean, there was no question about you.
Oh my God,
there was no help, was there?
No. No, I've had a few interesting moments with myself. Yeah. And the rifle, and this is so different. Oh my God. So, I mean, everything about it, the size of the animals, the noises, the way everything works, the timings, the length of the day. I mean, I've been getting up at 6 o'clock and going out hunting at 7, and I haven't been back until midnight each night. So literally everything about it. There hasn't been. It's certainly not a cocktail party in a field. I mean, it's literally the opposite to that. So everything is focused on what's going on around you. Of course, there's a species that I've never seen before. So I heard jackal last night. I saw a wolf in the infrared. I've seen boar bigger than I've ever seen. I mean, I've shot boar before, but in France and Spain, and they're half the size of these, and it's in a very relaxed way. This is all focused on the hunt, all focused on the age and size of the animal. The terrain's completely different, and just that coming to terms with standing in one place for so long in such cold conditions with the rain, and it's just incredible how your body adjusts so quickly, and and when it does happen, it's just thrilling.
It happens for Claire between drives.
Just saw a boar running across the field, and it was a pretty big one. It was charging just right across here, and stopped the car, got out. It was coming towards the car, and as it broke out the reeds, turned to the left, and we had a couple of shots at it and brought it down in the field. I know, very cool.
Come to Turkey and you'll meet a new kind of beater. Forget elderly gents with flags, labradors and pack lunches. This lot are fast, tough, possibly descended from ibex, and make a great deal of noise all the time.
He? Yok, bagaja biniyor ya.
Yok öbür arabaya.
Öbür arabada yer yok. Değil, siz niye oturuyorsunuz?
Sondakine bindi abi.
There's an awful lot of shouting. The beaters are very committed. I mean, you can see with the passion they've got. I mean, obviously they're Muslims, so I mean, you have to, accept the fact that of their tradition and their religion. But they all give 110%, and they're out to make it as enjoyable as for them as for you, and make it all a success. So they're actually a very, very, very good team.
The Quran is ordering to us that it's haram to eat the meat of the wild boar, which helps to me professionally a lot, because with this way we are able to find many boars. Otherwise it is not possible, because the wild boar hunting in Turkey is not popular for the locals, but for us and for the foreigners it is very popular. So we are using this advantage in Turkey. Touching not haram, eating haram. So here's a strange thing. I'm sitting on a hillside in central Anatolia, and it kind of hums with the scent of juniper. I'm surrounded by that and other Mediterranean scrub. I'm whispering, but I have actually got about 20 acres of hill, and boar could appear from any side at any time. And in the background, the muezzin is calling faithful to prayer.
Now I'm on one of the last drives of the trip, standing 200 metres from Alan Clements, a building site foreman from Devon, and this animal comes out.
I saw a wild boar, Kyler, nice big one, coming down that valley. Well, I didn't see him until he got way past you. And when he did get past you, he came out of the trees and turned to come down onto the path to go down that valley. And I gave him a shot and knocked him off the bank. And then you gave him a shot and I gave him a shot and you shot him. And he put 6 bullets in him to stop him, but he's a big pig. And that's about the size of it really, but very exciting after a 2-hour wait.
Well, my version of this is that, yes, Alan got off the first shot, but with a weedy little 308. It was my 300 Win Mag that somersaulted it off the bank. Alan, who became known throughout the trip as the Kyler Magnet, has been a true gent and is letting me keep the tusks. I remain a believer in the religion of driven wild boar hunting, and it looks like night hunting wild boar has a new convert too.
This is what people do, the trophy hunters. This is where they want to be. They want to go out hunting at night because it's where you find the big Kylers. So they know where they're going to be. They track them. Last night I stalked for an hour and 20 minutes. We left the car, we went out. We watched a group of probably about 9 boar. There was a wolf circling. You could hear the jackals. We watched everything through infrared. We stalked around. We got as close as we could. So we went into the rice fields as well. And it was really incredible because to actually be watching that through the infrared for so long and see all their characteristics, all the movements, the different body shapes, how they all behaved. I mean, the wolf left and, he didn't get anything, but and just, the jackals and everything. I was so focused that it could have been 10 minutes.
If you want to find out more about going to Turkey with Uga and Jeremy, visit trophyhuntingsafaris.com. That was a tremendous few days, and thank you to Jeremy, to Claire and to Uga for fixing it up. Now, there's no news this week. I was visited by some ghosts last night, so I've decided to give David the day off as long as he makes it up in the next few weeks. I do have one small item to read out myself, though, and that's to say well done to my sister, who's in her first season as master of the Tiverton Foxhounds. You may have heard how the aunties have been trying to persuade town councils that horses, hounds and ponies have become significantly more dangerous in the last 12 months. So Boxing Day meets should be banned on health and safety grounds. Well, happily they failed, with all the hunts they threatened finding alternative venues in their local market towns. Next, from scary aunties to the Yuletide horror show that is the 2018 Fieldsports Channel blooper reel.
Story. Sorry. Right. Top story. Edward King has received.
La la la. There we go. Skin a deer and then they'll,
I must admit, I thought it was too effeminate, but Childerley's made it hard.
Sorry. Did you say Childerley's made it hard?
It's giving it a harder image is what I meant to say.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to have to cut that, I think.
Do you know what I mean?
I knew you guys were close, but yeah.
I've had that since I was 10.
Yeah, I bet that smashed some windows.
Bring the party on, get the party started.
You doubted me again, didn't you, David? Yes, thanks, mate.
Tell us, John, what are we going to do, boy?
You didn't say you was going to come sit.
You're an idiot. Tory, what are you going to do?
Wave your arm.
Wave my arm.
Where's the security guy?
You want there? Here I am again. I thought you were filming an IR. Do you want to start that again then?
No, the light was gone. Keep going.
Keep going. You sound like Becky. And done? Excellent.
Take 2, quick.
Take 2. Which from where? From the top.
Not from Becky. No.
What?
You're on top of the foxes.
On top of the foxes. Am I?
Oh yeah. Oh God.
Right. I've lost it now.
No, thermal gear. Off we go.
Okay.
Well, day 3, we're on bush bub. Day 3, we're on bush. We're on day 3, bush.
Just a shoot. Shush, David. Stored. Bush, ambush. Bush.
Day 3, bush.
Say more.
Paul, you're the man.
Well, day 3, back on the cliff top, trying to ambush the bushbuck.
Tell you what was fun is that I
If you're going to talk about a pigeon, I don't want to hear it. Go on.
We're going to be really big. We're going to.
And then the chap next to me hit one. I'll just finish that off. There was nothing.
And then you shot a pigeon 4 guns down.
Shot that pigeon with someone else. That was at least
right over my head.
I wasn't going to shoot it. I'd left it, but you took so long. I thought, well, I'm going to have to shoot that pigeon. So I went, bosh. That was a good shot, mate.
It was an unlucky pigeon. I saw it coming. I've never had so much buck fever. I was like, don't fly at me, don't fly at me.
The backside was doing 50p penny, 50p penny.
Out loud, Crowy.
What the hell? Look, they're still going. There's 2 spikers in there.
It's a bit like squeezing your suntan or your baby oil. Baby oil out of your container.
Either
like
with the baby oil lid on or without.
Either
So it will
with,
just sort of
yeah.
just flow out or come
Yeah.
out with a bit of a spurt.
And you just scared the viewers by getting changed in a public car park.
That was through your encouragement, sir. Completely your encouragement, and you chose to film that. And also, you asked me to put the t-shirt on, and I didn't offer to do it.
It's a big inhaler you got there.
Well, that didn't work, did it?
Okay, cross now.
Let's talk about.
But you wish you had one that long, David. Aye.
He's odd. He's really gone.
For 50 D-toys? D-toys? What's a D-toy?
And there's an example of it here in the West Country. There's a version. I've got my feet there. Right, I'm going to do it this time. I am damn well going to do it this time. This is going to take forever, isn't it?
You've seen many a good shot in your time. The Hasselweights, the digweeds. Hasselweight, isn't it? I thought you said
Hasselhoff.
Oh, the Hoff, sorry.
The Huss. Hussweight.
Hasselhoff.
Yeah, you're right, mate.
Yeah, and the Crowman, the Crowmeister. And now, the Childernator.
You can tell the calls have been sitting in my pockets for a little while. I don't know what was in there.
What happened?
We'll find out later. Later in the show, the usual suspects assemble to read a father's advice. Right now, Cai Ap Bryn has a seasonal game recipe.
I just picked up these beautiful pheasants, and I'm just going to pluck them because I'm going to take out the breasts. I'm not interested in having the skin on for this recipe, so I'm being a bit careless with my plucking, but it's quite quick. So the recipe I'm going to be doing is going to be almost like a pheasant balmoral, I guess, without the haggis but with stuffing. And it really is a good recipe to get people into pheasant. Just so moist and delicious. You have to try it, it's unbelievable. So we're going to do some like cranberry, sage, onion and chestnut stuffing with sausage meat as well. So we're going to open up the breast, we're going to place it inside with a little bit of butter as well, roll it up tight with bacon, then roll that up in cling film, and that keeps it really, really moist then. So we poach that for 20 minutes in water, and all the butter, all the sausage meat will start basting the pheasant, and then we finish it off in the frying pan, and you get a really, really juicy, tender pheasant breast. Perfect for a Christmas dinner. It's not funny. Got my favourites. I'm going to add some hot water, warm water. And then I'll just So this is a stuffing mix that's going to be stuffed inside a pheasant, and we've got breadcrumbs, onions, we've got sage, chestnuts, cranberries, sausage meat, salt and pepper, and a little bit of water to kind of bind it all together. And then we keep that in the bowl for a little bit now, and then when we're ready for it, once we've prepared our pheasant, we will stuff inside the cavity. We'll wrap them up and then wrap them in bacon, and then we will poach them, which will be absolutely delicious. Let's see if we need to amend anything. That's nice. A little bit more salt, a little bit more pepper, and then we're good to go. So we've cleaned the breast, and this is the outside, so we're going to turn it over, and you've still got the fillet there, so we're going to push that to the side. Now we're going to cut down here about 2/3 of the way down. It's important you have a sharp knife for this. I'm just doing it very gently because I do not want to cut all the way through the meat. And then I'll cut horizontally on both sides as the best I can. We're going to do all the rest of these breasts like this, and then we're going to be stuffing the cavity with the festive stuffing. That was a bit more there. I'm going to start the stuffing process. We'll just kind of the bacon's going to hold this parcel together. There we go. They're quite smart, aren't they? You know, this is obviously one of the hen breasts, because you can see it's quite pale and petite. And they were smaller than the bigger ones there from the big cock bird. 6 beautiful parcels there. Then we're going to wrap in cling film, airtight, and then poach for 20 minutes in the pan. A sheet of cling film. Place the bird directly in the middle there with a band of butter. Roll that up tight, and what you'll find is the butter's going to melt inside. And just continue to kind of marinate that. You push your fingers in, roll it, and you keep pushing your fingers in at the same time, so it tightens around the parcel like that. And what we'll do, tie that off at the end, push it down. So I'm just going to pop these in to the pan, which is just starting to boil. As soon as they're in, it'll stop boiling, and then we'll move them to the other hob, and then 20 minutes time they should be done. We'll bring them out, cool them down for a bit, and then we'll open them up and fry them off to finish. Incredibly juicy and tender. So here we are with my festive pheasant parcels. Ideal Christmas dinner using locally sourced game. It's a bit of a tongue twister, the old festive pheasant, but I assure you it's absolutely amazing. The thing is, a pheasant's not just for Christmas, for any time of year. If you want to do like a pheasant balmoral, you can use haggis, You can just do normal stuffing. Quite an easy dish to make. It looks complex, but it really isn't, and it keeps well as well. So you can seal it, refrigerate it for a few days, and get it ready for when you want to have Sunday dinner or Christmas dinner. It really is a great way of presenting pheasant. You should definitely try it at home. That's Christmas.
Thanks, Cai. Now, a poem well known to British shooters. Many of us were not allowed to hold a gun until we learnt it. It was written by a Member of Parliament, so they are good for something, Mark Hanbury Beaufoy, who gave it to his son at Christmas 1902, along with a 28 bore. If a sportsman true you'd be, listen carefully to me.
Never, never let your gun pointed be at anyone. That it may unloaded be, matters not the least to me.
When a hedge or fence you cross, though of time it cause a loss, from your gun the cartridge take, for the greater safety's sake.
If twixt you and neighbouring gun, bird shall fly or beast may run, let this maxim e'er be thine, follow not across the line.
Stop some beaters oft unseen, lurk behind some leafy screen. Calm and steady always be, never shoot where you can't see.
Keep your place and silent be. Game can hear and game can see. Don't be greedy, better spared is a pheasant than one shared.
You may kill or you may miss, but at all times think of this. All the pheasants ever bred won't repay for one man dead.
Thanks to shareholder Tim Newcomb, who really drove that video, and to his and other kids from South-East Cornwall who took part. Other parts were played by members of the cast. Now, if you have a friend who's taking up shooting, young or old, click on the I symbol top right and you can go straight to the standalone version of that film. Please share it with them. Next, from bossy gun safety videos to the wider world of hunting and shooting on YouTube, it is Hunting YouTube. This is Hunting YouTube, which aims to show the best hunting and shooting videos that YouTube has to offer. John Bailey is out with Phil Taylor, one of the Fox Stoppers UK admins on Facebook. Phil is using a 204 Tikka T3 and the shot is 220 yards. At the other end of the predator scale, the big hunting film this week is from Ultimate Night Vision. It's thermal predator hunting 100 coyotes down with O'Neill Ops and Trigicon. Behind every driven game shoot in the UK is a dedicated team of beaters, and this is Nick Ridley's video showing a beater's eye view of an informal driven shoot. Swedish channel Jaktar Jakt has brought out its film about the Zeiss Media hunt, which we did a couple of weeks ago. Pierre Norberg shoots 2 red deer and a wild boar and tells the story of the hunt in Swedish. Wild Boar Fanatic was also at the Zeiss Media hunt. Here he is on a driven hunt in the Czech Republic, where he shoots at various deer species, mouflon and boar. Cap and Ball, who specialises in unusual guns, is goose shooting with a 20 gauge flintlock double shotgun. He is in Hungary on a frozen lake just before Christmas. As battle rages in Australia over whether there are duck to shoot, hashtag we know where the ducks are, local shooters are deploying films on social media like this duck hunting the best gadwall hunt on YouTube from the Daybreak Outdoors channel. And finally, thanks to John Buxton for recommending this sporting ammunition and the Firefighter, What Happens When Ammo Burns, an experiment by the Sporting Arms and Ammunition Manufacturers Institute. That's it for this week. I've put all these films into a playlist for you. Click on the I symbol top right or check this film's description. If you have a YouTube film you would like us to pop into the weekly top 8, email me the link, charlie@fieldsportschannel.tv. Well, we will be back in 2019 next Wednesday. Thanks to all of you for watching us in 2018, and thanks to the 500 of you who have bought shares in us. You can find out more about that at fieldsportschannel.tv/shares. Plus, on our website, you can find out how to like us on Facebook and Instagram, how to follow us on Twitter, how to subscribe to us on YouTube, and best of all, how to pop your email address into our register page and get this programme as a newsletter every week. It's out at 7 p.m. UK time. This has been Fieldsports Britain. Good hunting, good shooting, good fishing. Happy New Year next week, and goodbye.